Hey y'all, it's Anime Kimetsu. Today I'm going to be reviewing the first episode of Kimetsu no Yaiba. And I gotta say, this first episode was sensational. Now, this anime is so fucking good that I recommend y'all to watch this anime. Just fucking watch it. And then after you watch it, my goodness. Then come back and see this review. That's how well done I thought this episode was. Now, for any of y'all that has seen the first episode already, wow. This anime, I love how already in the first episode it doesn't dick around because it did what it was supposed to. It gave us our goal for the main protagonist, which is to get revenge on the demon that killed the rest of his family except for Nezuko. That's the only surviving member that Tanjiro has of his family. And I like how it establishes the goal right off the bat in the first episode by, at the start, I love how this anime, it shows off the family of Tanjiro so that at least it did a good job of me making me like these characters and making me like the family of Tanjiro, and I was like, oh man, I really hope they're okay. And then it just slaps me in the face emotionally when it's revealed that they all die except for Nezuko. And you know what? I like the approach the anime took, because had it just started out with demons all of a sudden just killing off the family of Tanjiro and Nezuko, if had it just done that, then I wouldn't have felt the emotional impact of this family dying. But since this anime actually got to show off how much they love Tanjiro, and then the scenes where Tanjiro was teasing his brother Take and all those sweetness scenes, if it didn't have those scenes at the start, then I wouldn't have felt as connected with the main character. I would have still been interested, don't get me wrong, but since it had that, I thought it made the writing in this episode really, really pop out. So, good job on that. It establishes a goal where Tanjiro's going to try to find a cure for his sister because she got demon blood on her and it got exposed to her wounds, and now I'm assuming she's part demon, so there's that. And I also like how in this episode our main character now has the goal of killing off the demon that killed his family. So this is going to be really fun. So because this is going to set up the series for lots of action sequences, considering there's going to be demons in the setting. So for one, that's a positive element about the show from the writing standpoint. And I also like how throughout this episode, aside from it having some pretty cool writing, I also like how this episode also had some pretty nice characters. I like how the episode was progressing. It didn't just show that Tanjiro had some nice combat savvy skills, because while he isn't experienced in combat, in the heat of battle, he did think of some nifty things that almost got a demon hunter hit. I like how it also established his handyman skills, like how he can repair things because in the start of the episode, it was mentioned that he helped repair something helped repair something a while ago. And I like how that should be interesting to see how this episode. And I like how this episode kind of using that sequence, it showed off the competency of Tanjiro really quickly in just a short span of time. So that's why I thought from a character standpoint it did well. I like how it showed how much he's carrying. But at the same time, I like how it shows off how much he really likes his sister when he's desperately begging the demon hunter not to kill Nezuko. So I like that too, because from when it shows the lengths he's willing to go to in order to keep his sister safe. And I also like how it establishes how he would actually sacrifice his own life to keep his sister alive. Because when he was fighting the demon hunter for a bit, he had literally no idea of knowing that the demon hunter was going to spare him. Because at that moment, for all he knew, the demon hunter could have killed him, yet he risked it all just to try to hit him with an axe so that his sister can survive. So stuff like that was a good way of characterizing the type of bond he has with this sister. And I also like how it gave off some characterization for Nezuko too, because even with possessed, when she's turning into a demon, and even at the start, she did try to kill Tanjiro. After a while, she didn't want to harm him anymore, even after being possessed by, even after becoming like a demon. So I like those elements too. It makes their brother-sister bond really, really powerful. So that's why I thought it did well from a character standpoint. And I like how it introduced this demon slayer called or Demon Hunter, where he pretty much, in his inner monologue, he explains that in most situations when a person gets kind of like gets exposed to like demon blood, they never come back, and it's never been cured before. So I like how due to like a different character being introduced, it shows up how much of a long odds it is for the main character to be able to cure his sister. So I like how even in inner monologues from other characters, it kind of ups the stakes a bit too, honestly. So all in all, this episode did nothing but the right things in multiple instances. And I like how it, even from a character standpoint, when his family passed away, Nezuko and Tanjiro, they even went as far as digging a grave for their family. Because in most animes, if characters dies, they sometimes don't even bother showing a character making a grave for their family. And I like how this anime, they actually pay attention to those details. It gives more emotional weight to these characters, and it makes them feel more realistic. So that was also another positive element that I saw from this first episode. So that's why I thought it did well from a writing standpoint and establishing goals and showing off intriguing action sequences, and also showing off nice characters. And aside from these elements too, I also like how in this episode we made some plot progression, because unfortunately the main character's family died in this episode with the exception of Nezuko, and they also confronted this demon slayer that gave him information to go to this man near the end of it. And then I like how at the very least we made some decent plot progression, so I like the pace of this episode too. And as for the other elements, the art animation, my goodness, they were glorious. Honestly, the backgrounds look realistic with the trees and the snow. At times it felt like I was looking at like a real forest. That's how well rendered the animation is. As for the animation, it was fluid, it popped, it looked beautiful. There wasn't a single sequence that I thought looked ugly. I thought almost everything in this episode moved. And then the scenery shots and the establishing shots were marvelous. Honestly, there was multiple instances where I felt one of these art establishing shots could even work as a screensaver. That's how much I thought this episode radiated its beauty. And also, I gotta give credit to the sound. The soundtrack was amazing, I gotta say, with chants in the background, with beautiful, just all around beautiful to the ears too. So this anime wasn't always only a visual piece; it was a ear feast too, I gotta say. And that's what, taking all these factors into consideration, I'm gonna rate this episode a 10 out of 10. Honestly, this episode was a masterclass, and I recommend y'all to check this anime out. My goodness, I believe it's the best anime of the season I've seen so far. Wow. So anyways, guys and gals, these are my thoughts on the first episode of Kimetsu no Yaiba. Comment down your thoughts in the comment section below of Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba. Rate the video, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later if you subscribe for more, because I'm definitely going to be live reacting to the second episode of this show and reviewing it, most likely. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. Have a great and safe day, everyone, and I'll see you guys later if you subscribe for more. Alright, bye-bye.